So I have the passenger side drive shaft out. In an IS200 it takes all of maybe 10-15 minutes. It's actually not a big job, honestly. You basically jack the car up, get the wheel off. There's an underbody cross member, a little brace that goes sort of between the cradle. You've got your 4 bolts on the side of the diff. You basically undo them. You undo, it's a 32mm nut, which is your main drive shaft bolt. Nut that goes onto the spline on the end of the end of the shaft there. It's got a little retainer, castellated retainer and a split pin. So they are in pretty much perfect condition. I pulled them off, being nice and careful with it so I can use that again. They're like nothing, they're 20 cents or something for each, so if you root it, don't worry about it, just go and grab some more, easy. Don't smash the end of it with a mallet. Use a little piece of timber or something. It is in there quite tight. You can see that I was belting the hell out of it with a piece of timber to actually push it back in there. Once I've undone all of those bolts and hang the shaft down, I just sort of sat it on that little spool of wire there just so it wasn't on the concrete, and just, yeah, bang, 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 bang. You'll need a fair bit of effort. It'll be, it's the first time you've done it, it'll be a bit rusty in there. And yeah, so I've got it out. As I said, didn't take very long. Got it over here on the bench. So I've got that's the shaft out of the car, and that's a shaft that I had spare. It's got a slightly different boot, or it's a slightly different length in here, but the two surfaces there, the tone wheel and the bearing and everything, this surface here is the same, so it doesn't really matter what happens between here and here. So yeah, 4 bolt. There are a couple of different versions of the Altezas and IS200s. Some of them had a 6 bolt, which is typically LSD center. It was an optional extra for manual ones in Australia. I'm not sure about other countries, but yeah, it's a pretty clear 4 bolt. Any 4 bolt will fit in. 6 bolt, you'll have to try and find Alteza or the limited slip diff versions. You'll have to excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold and something going on at the moment. So basically what I'm going to do is just swap these two over, but I just wanted to give you an idea what is actually wrong with it. So you heard my previous video where I was driving and it was just going thump, 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 thump under any sort of load. So this is the bad shaft. I'll just set my camera up here. So this is the bad shaft. So what I'm doing is just rotating it against each other, and you can hear it. So there's definitely something broken in there. It's probably the there's like a bearing cage with the bearings, big ball bearings in it. Might be maybe a split cage or something like that, but I'll pull the boot off and we'll have a look-see. But it's meant to be like this. Nothing. No movement this way. Movement this way, and you can slide it in and out of each other, but definitely no movement on that axis. If there's movement on that axis, something's buggered. So I pretty much hit the nail on the head when I said I think I've got a busted drive shaft, which was this. So yeah, I'm going to be putting this brand new one. Well, not brand new one. It's probably out of another car that's just as old, almost 16 years old, but you can't buy these brand new anymore. So yeah. But anyway, this is just to get me going. Putting another 4 bolt drive shaft in there with a 7.5 inch F series, if you common to Toyotas in the older sayings. or the older Lingo, sorry. So I will be eventually putting in a JZX 100 8-inch diff with 6 bolts, but I'm trying to track down a limo for it, or just exchange a limo center. It's kind of hard to find a limo center in the right ratio, so I'm trying to chase anywhere sort of like a 3:9 to 4:1 ratio, but anyway, I'll find one anyway. And yeah, so I'll swap it in and we'll take this one apart and see what's going on with it.